totally sucks, you motherfucker. The government totally sucks. Ben Franklin was a rebel indeed. He liked to get naked while he smoked on the weed.
Hi, Dildy Monique. This is RunDX7, aka Drew. That's my real name. You can call me by that if you wish. First of all, great job on the videos you've made. I've started off making a couple of atheist videos, and I've been watching your stuff, and it's been really good. It's fun to watch, so keep up the good work. Second of all, thank you for bringing up the genocide issue. That's important to always keep in mind, and I just wanted to say that I have been given money to support that cause specifically, and actually I went to see a live screening of, well, not live screening, just a screening of The Lost Boys of Sudan, which is about two refugees who make it. They're like 16 or 17-year-old boys. They make it to Texas, and it's about their lives there. Second of all, I just wanted to, like all your talk of libertarianism is kind of made me want to talk a little bit about that, because I have plenty of views on the subject myself. And also keep in mind that, like I said, this is a critique of libertarianism. It's not an argument against. It's more of like, how can we adapt that to make it a little better. First of all, like in terms of well, let's get a definition here of libertarianism. This is Libertarian FAQ, and it says libertarians want a win-win world of peace and prosperity, or peace and plenty. And we believe that the only way to get it is through self-government, not others' government. Self-government is the combination of personal responsibility and tolerance. Responsibility means you govern yourself. Tolerance means you don't force your values on peaceful, honest people. Today, however, others' government is giving us insecurity, conflict, and poverty. Let's revitalize our heritage of self-government to create a win-win world where everyone comes out ahead. Now, let me say first of all, again, this is a critique, not a disagreement with. I wanted to say that for the same reasons that natural rights are so powerful, so too is this powerful. And as you're going to see later with the diamond graph of libertarianism, I agree with them on all of the social claims that they make. It seems, however, economics I differ slightly. And later I'm going to talk about how economics can't be seen the same way as social issues, because they're a means of wielding power, and so that there needs to be a new approach to that. First of all, let's talk about the diamond graph. Now, if you have a libertarian friend, which I have plenty, you've probably seen this. Let's put it up on the screen. Now, conveniently enough, the libertarians are at the top of this. To the left, of course, is the liberal. To the right is the conservative, and at the bottom is the statist or authoritarian viewpoint. Now let's tilt that 45 degrees to the right to sort of eliminate the libertarian slant. Now you'll see the libertarian dot at the upper right. Now where I fall in this graph is at the top, closer to the libertarian dot, but near the middle. And I'll tell you why. First of all, as I said earlier, in regards to the private sector being able to influence people's lives. Now, first of all, let's take a look at this clip from the Colbert Report.
Yeah. Corporations are responsible to their shareholders. Okay?
Yeah.
Right?
Is that the American way? Yeah.
Yeah, that's capitalism.
If I have a
corporations.
If I have a business and I create a toxic waste dump, but I'm really profitable, should I clean up that dump, or should you?
It would not have been profitable if people didn't want to buy toxic waste. Supply and demand, okay?
Yeah.
That's 101, sir.
You got me.
Now, as we see here, and as a side note, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I don't claim to know what your specific views on libertarianism are. This is more of libertarianism in general, and me just taking an opportunity to talk about it. But anyway, in regards to that clip, now it's definitely an over-the-top example, but in a pure libertarian state, if the toxic waste company did own that land and there was no government to keep them from putting toxic waste there, what recourse would the people living next to it have? The toxic waste company owns the land. There's no regulation to keep them from putting toxic waste there. in a purely non-governmental state. So let's take a more practical example of private entities being able to wield power without really having any check to that. Now, suppose there's a company in a small town, and in this town, this company drives the economy basically, but they run a big factory. It's very polluting. The people of the town band together and say, okay, well, we want you to stop polluting. But the factory says, okay, well, if you want us to stop polluting, fine, we'll move out of town, and the local economy will be shot. There needs to be a middle ground. There needs to be an agreement between the company, which wants to pollute as much as it can because that allows it to make more money, in this case, and the people who don't want to pack up but don't want to be polluted on either. And thus we have the need for, in the toxic waste case and in this case, minimum zoning regulations and environmental regulations. Now, I'm not arguing for any strangling measures or anything like that. I'm just saying that in this case it's more of a, like, you could argue that they could pack up and leave, but it's more of an issue that, like, okay, if there is a governmental agency to place regulations on them, then it allows for a better situation, one which entails less work on the part of the people and on the part of the company. So now let's move on to the second issue, which is the environmental issue, basically.